Hey Frag Fam, today we are going to be doing unboxing and first impressions of two clones of two very popular Creed fragrances. Let's talk about that. All right, friends, John here from Proverbs 27:9 Fragrances. And as I said, today we're going to be doing a couple of unboxing and first impressions of a couple of clones on two popular Creed fragrances. So if you would go ahead and hit that like button and leave us a comment. Let me know what you think about these Creed fragrances, if you've smelled the originals, or these clones if you've smelled the clones. And make sure that you are subscribed to the channel and that you got the notifications turned on. That way you're notified every time we upload this sweet smelling fragrance related content. All right. A couple of fragrances that I've wanted to be putting my nose on for a long time. If you saw my video, I bought my first Creed fragrance here a while back, and I've owned several Creed decants and Creed clones, and a couple of fragrances that I wanted to know how they smelled were Millesime Imperial and Royal Oud. Those are the ones that kind of stick out to me as being what I think might appeal to me. You never know until you smell them. And I noticed that FragranceBuy.ca had two clones marked down dirt cheap. So we're going to be smelling the Millesime Imperial clone of Armaf Milestone and the Royal Oud clone from Ministry of Oud, which is Paris Corner, I believe, and that is Oud Royale. So, like I said, I've never smelled decants of either of these. And I know you're probably thinking, you've never smelled Millesime Imperial? I've never, and hadn't even ever smelt, is it Sean John Unforgettable, I think, is the designer kind of version of that. Never smelt it either. Really, the only thing I know about this fragrance is that it's supposed to smell really good, and it's supposed to be kind of fruity. It's supposed to be kind of like a watermelon, maybe. I saw where Kellen from Sense of South Jersey did a Millesime Imperial discussion, and I've seen George the Fragrance Apprentice, which Millesime Imperial is his favorite fragrance of all time. He says when he reviews it, it'll be his last fragrance related video on his channel. And he did a video on this where he said it's actually better than Millesime Imperial. I don't remember ever getting this out of one of my Armaf boxes, but they started putting little Creed-esque cards in there, I guess, because pretty much all they do now is clone folks, and especially Creed. Here's the little fridge wrapper, the bottle coming out. Let me show you the box first. And honestly, for the price, really nice packaging. The box is very nice. You got two-tone white with a gold foil. Got your sticker of authenticity there. You've got your little jewel here. Presentation on the packaging, I think, is top-notch for designer level. I know this isn't really a designer, but it's a clone. I would never give a clone, too much critiques, I guess, on their packaging, especially when it's just kind of simple cardboard packaging. I think it's very nice. Bottle here, beautiful. Look at that. Reflective. It looks like the Clubbed in the Wee bottle here. I think I've got mine back here. I don't see it sticking up. Oh, it's on the shelf. Clubbed in the Wee Intense. Man, a Ventus clone. You know this bottle. So I really like this bottle for this. The caps are heavy. They don't really, I mean, they kind of click into place, but you would never want to pick this bottle up by the cap because it's not super tight and the bottles are very heavy. Armaf, they sign their atomizers there on top. Nice touch. Let's give it a spray. Sprayed immediately, which is kind of weird because it was cellophane wrapped and everything. Okay. Let me let that dry down for a minute. I could smell the little bit of the fruitiness right away. Fruity, musky. It's sweet, but it's not overly sweet. Okay, there's some things going on there. Some things are starting to poke out. I'm gonna let that dry down for a minute. It is eau de parfum concentration. You can see there's a good sheen there on my hand. Let me go ahead and get the other one open. We'll look at it while Millesime Imperial kind of dries down a little bit. Ministry of Oud. Again, I think this is Paris Corner. Yes, it is. Paris Corner makes, I think, pretty much all clone fragrances. First one I ever got from them was African Leopard, which is obviously an African leather dupe. It was a really good one, and it was probably the most sought after one, but now that I have, and the name is unfortunate, but Afro Leather by Offnon, I believe it is. Or no, it's Maison Alhambra. Afro Leather smells identical to Memo Paris African Leather. But anyways, here, a very nice box. Again, it's a cardboard box. Silver and kind of a square waffle style pattern there. And you got the gold foil. Very beautiful, you know. Sticker of authenticity. You don't want to be buying fake Paris Corner fragrances. Batch code, barcode, all that on the bottom. And again, this is Creed Royal Oud. And so this is Ministry of Oud, Oud Royal. Extrait de Parfum. The bottle, I like a square bottle. Y'all know that about me. I think the bottle looks lovely. It's got a very nice plaque on the front. You can see the thickness of the plaque, I think, a little bit there. So, yeah, nice. Looks like it's pretty well. It's slightly off center a little bit, but signed top there. Let's see how the cap is. Doesn't click into place, but it's on pretty snug. Let me answer the door. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. So I think I was showing you the bottle here. Again, very heavy, very thick glass. Very nice. Cap's on there very well. The cap is filled plastic, but it's thick and it's, you know, there's nothing down on the inside. Like I showed you a while ago, nice signature there on the top. The atomizer is signed, but the cheapest signature you could probably do, just boom, stamp it on there. All right, but that's all right. Let's give it a spray. By the way, the atomizer on the Armaf was a good atomizer. Okay, that's not bad. Not bad after it's got primed. This is a powerhouse. Millesime Imperial was, or not Millesime Imperial, Milestone was not as loud. Oud Royal very loud, very strong. This is an extrait de parfum, it says. I don't know how honest they are with their concentrations. I don't know if that's regulated or not. Okay. Now again, I've never smelled the original, so I can't really compare and tell you, yeah, this smells exactly like it, or all I can do is judge these today based on how they smell on their own. All right, so this is very woody. It's not a dank oud at all. In fact, it doesn't even really smell like oud to me. It smells like a blend of maybe tobacco and agar wood. And agar wood is not oud. Oud is from an agar wood tree, but oud is when that agar wood tree has been diseased, and the diseased part of the tree is where you get the oud from. If you just got straight agar wood, then it's just agar wood. It's not actual oud. Now, I've not looked at any of the notes on it, so this may be oud. If it is, it's a pleasant oud. It's not a dank and dirty oud. I would say it's kind of a sweet oud and a sweet and spicy oud. So from this, a lot of wood, subtle sweetness. It's dry, subtly spicy. The power is fading quickly though. When I first sprayed it, it was like room filler. But now, it's setting closer to the skin. And with an extrait de parfum, you would think that's what would happen. They don't project like an eau de toilette does. The alcohol in the formula is what gives it the lift and the projection. Longevity and sillage is kind of from the concentration levels. Okay, so I'm gonna let that dry down for a moment. Go back now to Milestone. Again, beautiful tacky bottle. All right, so Milestone is aquatic. It is musky. It is dusty. And I don't ever like that dusty note. I get it in a lot of things. It usually comes from either violet or iris. And violet and iris are kind of used interchangeable a lot. Lalique Encre Noir Sport, very dusty to me. So that's a turn off, but it's fruity. It's not really watermelon. It doesn't smell like watermelon, and it doesn't really smell like cantaloupe. I was thinking it was a melon note. It's just fruity. I don't know what the fruit is. You can tell it's not a blast of citruses. So it's not citrus, it's more of some type of juicy fruit. Again, musky, dusty. Kind of smells like a super, super toned down version of green Irish tweed. There's just a slight hint of that aquatic green Irish tweed DNA in the back. And then some fruits and some florals. Very unisex, not probably my style, but I could wear this on especially a super hot day if I'm on vacation or I'm going to be outside. It smells good. It's pleasant. I think people would like it. It's probably going to smell really good in the air. Okay. Again, I don't know if it smells exactly like Millesime Imperial, but taking the master, George the Fragrance Apprentice, his word on it, it really seems to. All right, let's go back to, again, I would say this is probably a 7.5 out of 10 fragrance. It's not going to be beast mode projection, but I think it's going to last probably all day, especially on clothes. Maybe not quite all day, maybe 5 to 6 hours. I'm just guessing again. based on what I'm smelling off skin. But I like it. I think it's a good one. Over here, this is more interesting. It's more my style. It's more masculine. Again, this one hasn't settled down quite as much as the other one, so I don't know what kind of changes are going to be. If I was to try to relate this to another fragrance, maybe Versace Oud Noir, but honestly, I don't know. I really like this. I think I'm going to wear this as my scent of the day today and see how it changes and everything. And I may come back and update this. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just let these get in the full dry down. I'm going to come back in 4 hours and give you my final thoughts. All right, it's been a pretty good little while. And let me tell you something I found very interesting. Now, I left these the way they were on my hands, and they've dried down nicely. The Oud Royal, which is the Royal Oud clone, it got kind of not, I don't know if fruity is the correct. It almost got this like minty facet that started coming through in the mid, and but it never got anything real wild. There was no just great transformations. And kind of the same thing over here. The fruit just kind of died away, and you was left with this kind of clean, musky, aquatic feel. But I did something very, very unique. As I was moving my hands and everything, I kept getting this whiff of both of them together, and it was smelling really good. So what I did was I sprayed a base layer of Oud Royal, and then I sprayed on top of it a layer of Millesime Imperial. And I have to say, it really is a nice combination, these two fragrances, because this one is a little base heavy, meaning there's not a lot of, punchy top notes. It's a lot of dry wood, and some spices. Where this one is kind of the other way, and look at that fingerprint magnet. This is more kind of top note heavy. It's a little more treble and mid. There's not a lot of bass here. And so putting these together, to me, makes a super nice fragrance. It's much more masculine than this, but it's not near as dry and, kind of, don't get me wrong, this is a nice fragrance. It's just missing top notes as far as I'm concerned. I don't know if Royal Oud by Creed is like that or not, but here, I could wear this. I'd have to wear it in the wintertime, and it's just kind of dry and stale and stagnant almost. But when you add this to it, this really makes a very, very nice layering of fragrances here. I think it improved both of them when I layered them together. So I think that may be how I wear these. I'm gonna layer them. Maybe on a super hot day, I'll wear this by itself. Maybe on a super cold day, I'll wear this by itself. But I think pretty much year round, I'll be able to layer these and get a really nice fragrance out of them. So, all right. I'm working on a layering video, and so I'll probably throw that in to that. Let me know what you think about these fragrances, the real ones from Creed. Again, because I've not ever owned samples of either one of those. If you've ever smelled, now you probably, more people have smelled this than this for sure. But let me know especially if anybody has smelled this. Let me know if it really relates to Royal Oud. All right, leave a comment, like, share the video, do all those things. Till we see you down the road, we say God bless. Frag on, Frag fam.